quickly want to mention a brief understanding of, there's a lot that I'm going to research and still discover. I know a lot, but I'm still going to, do some more discoveries about how much we can still discover about ourselves. I'm going to say, this is a pinnacle point, because one thing for certain is that I am able to firstly understand consciousness just innately, and I know it before it is known. Meaning, I know it as it is known. Meaning, if it's in consciousness, I'm aware of it. And here's the thing. The consciousness is massive, okay? It's massive. And as I'm speaking, there's energy coming from the right side of my brain. Because I have to use the right side of my brain. I have to. When I don't, then... No, okay. So I have to use the right side of my brain. I don't... And the stuff that happens with the cerebellum, yeah, is that what it's called? Whatever name we gave it to it. The things that happen there is just anchoring. It's code and coding. We encode our own codes with our light codes, okay? So we don't need memories in the forms of what we perceive them as. Coherence of recognition, herence, necessariness. What am I saying? You can program DNA with your very own DNA. That's what I'm saying. You can, and here's where things go very, very, very whoa. That's capital W, capital A, capital H. It goes very, very well. So, embrace. You got a huge, massive collection of stars within our fingertips. Okay? Now, these fingertip stars fingerprints of those encoded energies, whether they're supernovas or gone or whatever, are still in the strings that are in your neck. Okay, just call them strings. Let's just call them strings. You can pluck those strings whenever you want. All right. So what we should do, we should start plucking those strings a little bit more. We play external strings more often than we play our internal strings. Our internal strings are on the back of our necks. All we have to do is play those same chords, or play chords, whatever kind of chords we want, and then we can manifest faster. That is so much quicker than anything else, okay? Here's the thing. Let's go on. Next thing, quick break, intermission, begin, commence. Just some more, a little bit teachings about DNAs, which is some things that I've already learned and discovered. When it comes to, which is so surreal because it's true. I can't believe how right I am about this. It's so weird but for example, and this is now, all it is just repeating. Okay, what I mean by repeating, it's not really repeating yourself because you can't really repeat something. So bear with me when I explain this. Consciousness has a vibration. I was able to literally tap into meditation and to be able to tap into myself, tap into the ether, and then literally let go of everything while being aware of my body. 1, 2, what's going on right now as I speak, as I just explained that sentence, as I just started that statement that I was about to make, there's sound just disappeared, absolutely disappeared. I kid you not. That pinpoint focus, that literally just goes, shoo. That's exactly what happened. Because that's what the brain does when it focuses on a memory. A memory I'm speaking of specifically, because thinking and speaking are the same thing. Because I said third mind, but left side of the brain does that. Right side of the brain doesn't. Anyway, so there's a huge set of circumstances that exist that are portrayed to allow a certain type of cognition of the reality, which is manifested first in our projection of astral reality into physical. Physical is huge. Now, here's a very, very, very massive thing that is capable of what we can do. And here's a very, very basic part. And this is why I am a master of transcending and teaching the fourth plane of reality into fifth, meaning, and it's a tricky thing, which is why I mastered it so I can explain it. It's super simple. All it is, it's left and right brain. All right, with your and that's and actually I've already explained it before because it's left foot is right brain, right foot is left brain, left foot is right brain is left foot, left foot is right brain is left foot is right brain is right foot. All right, makes sense. Yeah. So what you got going on is an increased consciousness, exceptional awareness of exceptional expertise in excellent acceptance. Meaning, all it is the acceptance of our own coherency in our heart and entrainment. So what does that mean? Another thing, let's go back to the memory of for example, of anchoring of higher meditations. Meditation is literally like the highest vibrations are being anchored in the body. Intermission, breathe. When you got high vibrations, lots of things are occurring because you're no longer, and here's the weird thing, you're no longer in 3D at the same time. So here's a great analogy of what it's like to anchor. So you got bits and pieces of 3D reality. Bear with me. So you got bits and pieces of 3D reality. So let's say you combine 10 memories, meaning 10 things, 10 thought forms that you did, which is still a large number. It could be 3. So let's just start small, 3, because you're still able to do a lot with 3. So you combine 3 things, all right? You combine the one memory of a game that is played on a personal data assistant, or a phone, or whatever, a cell phone or iPad or iPhone or whatever day and age we're in now. There's crystal tablets and stuff. So once again, if this is the age where we are on that stuff, then whatever the thing is that we're using this age, okay, that's what I'm pertaining to. So that thing, see how, anyway, we have such a huge variety of emotions, human beings. Anyway, I'm just swatting stars back and forth. I mean that in a very respectful way too. I respectfully swat stars back and forth. Meaning I swat them, excuse me. I'm digressing. One simple, steady motion example is iPad, iPhone, games. Alright? That's one thought form. Another one is actual things that happen in childhood. Train tracks with wooden train tracks, or Legos to whatever, Bionicles or whatever. And then another, let's combine sports, or let's combine actions. So something that's capable of, so let's say gymnastics or flying, or trampolines, or baseball, or a sport, or a book, reading a book, or a memory of a lot of high energy in a certain area. I don't know, maybe ice skating, or and literally doing all these. Anyway, so I'm just sort of explaining a sort of explanation of how fourth, fifth dimensional reality can be consistently combined with higher dimensional realities. So awareness. So you got those. Then you got like what we are is the blueprint. Is the blueprint of creativity, of divine creativity. So that, and it seems like kind of obvious, right? So that blueprint is understood. So 3D and fifth dimensional mesh. And so what is happening in, for example, astral dreaming and astral projection, or just lucid dreaming, or just dreaming in general. You got, or one of the things that'll be noticed is, 3D meshed with 5D capabilities, meaning there's capabilities of accomplishing tasks and here's the simplicity of it, just by lowering, okay, bear with me when I explain this, just from higher dimensional reality of the awareness of 3D, because 3D has limitations that are non-existent. So when you take, for example, when you're higher dimensional, you eliminate those limitations, so there are no limitations anymore. What's amazing is that I've mastered this ability, allowing me to be capable of eliminating, well, there's a better word for this, allowing me to synchronize with higher dimensional realities incredibly quickly. This is your host, Christopher Marcus Bone, and this is completely new. This is the broadcast completely new on this 18th of October. I love you all still, and that's a very interesting ending. There's going to be more quotes and stuff, but this is very sincere.